about this venue, ladies and gentlemen? Brooklyn Hall. Alongside me, English fighting legend Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
It's time now for our tale of the tape. Joe Louis, he's 6'2" tall, 181 pounds, one of the best right hands in the business. And he'll be up against the Steelhammer himself, Wladimir Klitschko, 198 centimeters tall, 109 kilos with a reach of 206.
Giving away a lot of weight here, so now this is where you have to be smart. This is where you've got to be sharp. You've got to try and time those shots coming through. Even being lent on by the heavier opponent makes it hard. You've got to be fit. You've got to be on point. You cannot afford to make any mistakes.
Joe Louis, the Brown Bomber. His fight against Matt Schmeling, one of the most important fights. Making his way to the ring, it is Wladimir Klitschko, the two-time heavyweight champion of the world. You're looking at the most dominant heavyweight of his era.
Weight-wise, it's going to be a teller, because when you get hit with those shots, it's going to hurt, and we're going to feel it.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, an iconic longtime world champion who defended his title for a record of 12 years, introducing a heavyweight champion of the world, the one and only Brown Bomber, Joe.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
Did you feel that energy? Did you hear that beat in the music? If anything's going to get you ready for a fight, it's that.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the high hopes for this battle between these two athletes. As well to block that left jab. Defense there to stop that hook. Klitschko in big trouble. Can he make his way out of it? Klitschko! Oh my word! And it's a one-hitter quitter. What a knockout shot. Let's take another look.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
They're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe-for-toe, or do they play defense here?
Well, just look at his corner, look for instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
Halfway through the round, and they've got some work to do to get back into it.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
Not a lot of punch out, but thought there might be more action here. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Can't score with that uppercut. Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. Let's talk about Klitschko in that last round. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with... We've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Exchange punches. Counterfighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think light. Concentrate.
Both men step back for just a moment. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
They block the uppercut. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. They both want a highlight reel knockout. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Oh, Joe Louis just got caught. I don't care who you are. When you get caught with a body shot like that, you're going down.
Even I. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
To make or break a fighter.
Breathe, breathe. You've been coasting for this entire fight, and now you've let him back.
Great, man. Now, relax. Just stay focused.
Go back out there and take his confidence away. Go out, and in the first minute,
Now, don't want you to load up. Don't be looking there for one shot at a time. Set him up.
win the round back. Take away that confidence and stop him in his tracks. Get your mind back on the job. That was a god-awful round, that was. Come on. You've let him back in.
So just keep him on the end of the jab. You're getting your timing already.
Even in your league. Come on, switch on. Get your boxing back together.
Got some down a little bit. Just vary it up a little bit so we can't figure you out. Great, yeah.
Got complacent. This fight's not over yet. You gotta go back out.
And what you're doing, you get
On to the third. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
That uppercut just missed. You wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of a shot from that heavyweight. Blocks that left hook. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. The legend Klitschko is on the canvas. Wow, let's take another look at that.
That's lights out right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
These punches coming from every angle. Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Let's talk about Klitschko in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be... And there's the bell to start round 4. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
a shot, they get countered. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They're both trying for a knockout. That jab doesn't score. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Throws the jab, but does not score. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close. Here's the bell to start round 5. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace?
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Klitschko is stumbling around. He's got to find himself here. Got his gloves up to block the left jab. To put some combination work together. One punch is good, 2 punches better. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're gonna get knocked out. Beautiful counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Take that well at all, Klitschko. He is down big time on the scores.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Barry, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Agreed. Nice round. Good round. I like that. I'm happy. Good man.
Completely switched up. Get your mind back.
This is the beginning of round 6. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Swing and a miss with that hook. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Now you've got 2 fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Jab slightly off target. Got out of the way of that right hook. And he scores with the counter. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Good counter punch. He blocks that jab. You know the scorecards are going to be... And there's no doubt about it as we see it again. That body shot did them in.
I need to see that again. One, two, three, four, six. Give me your ball.
He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out. Here we go. It's round 7. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got a hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
The Brown Bomber in some trouble. The Brown Bomber goes to the canvas. As we watch it again one more time, appreciate the perfection of that knockout shot.
I've got to see that again. One, two, three, four, five, six. Listen to me. Are you okay?
Well, they're back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back now, can they, Johnny?
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels. Look at, it's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. And he's out of there.
Pretty good start the first half of this round.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
Defense is not an option for these two. Beautiful counter punch. Parries that jab away. That hook's blocked. One punch could change the... Do you believe this? Klitschko is down! It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods. One, two, three, four, five, six.
Both men knocked down in that round. Incredible stuff.
Sometimes...
There's the bell to start round 8. Who do you think's got more in the tank, Johnny, as both fighters went to the canvas last round?
2 knockdowns in the same round to both fighters. They got to think like a goldfish. Forget after 10 seconds. They got to be smart.
Nice counter shot. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you've hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Let's see if they go to the body. Do you believe this? Holding nothing back here in the round. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Joe Louis in trouble. Well, it's go back to the drawing board time, a unanimous decision victory.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there, but you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, big, hard lesson. I totally agree.